Okay, very simple Crockpot beef stroganoff. This is everything you're gonna need. Although some of these are optional. You don't have to do mushrooms, you do not have to do an onion, but I think they make them better. You'll need stew beef, onion, mushrooms, optional, 2 cans of soup, one of which being golden mushroom, and one of which being cream of mushroom. Now, I've had it both ways. I've had it with 2 golden mushrooms, very good as well, and I've had it with 2 cream of mushrooms, that was good too. But I find the best is the one of each. And also you'll need a bag of egg noodles. You could also do rice or regular pasta of your choice, but this is what I do. Okay, now I got my mushrooms chopped up along with my onions, but I'm gonna cook my mushrooms a little bit first to get some color on them and get some texture going. Once I like where that's going, I will saute the onions for about 8 to 10 minutes on medium heat. But first, I'm gonna crank up the heat a little bit so I can get some good color on these mushrooms. Okay, that's looking good. Now I'm going to throw in my diced onions. First I'm gonna lower my heat to, mine goes up to it's from 1 to 9, so it's about 5 out of 9, heat-wise. And throw in the onions. This is really the lengthiest part of this whole thing. And like I said, you don't even have to do the onions, you don't even have to do the mushrooms, but I think it makes it good. Now I'm going to let this cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. I'll give it 8 and then I'll check it from there. Smells good already. And I'm not going to salt any of this until right before I throw it in the crock pot with everything else. Now if you like your onions with a little bit more crunch, by all means just don't cook them that long. But I like mine really cooked down, really sauteed, softer. So I got my onions and mushrooms cooked on standby. Just oil down your crock pot or spray it down or use a liner, whatever you prefer. Then get your cans of soup. Chuck them right in. Now this is optional. Since I'm putting so much beef in there, I just add a little bit of chicken broth just to give me a little bit more sauce with the amount of meat that I put. I put at least 2 pounds of stew beef. But if you just do 1 pound, this is really not necessary. Measurement wise, it's probably less than a 1/4 cup. Alright, got my onions and mushrooms in. Now you just take your stew beef and normally I would brown my meat on the stove for a little bit and then throw it in because I heard it gives it a little more flavor or better flavor, but it's really not necessary. And for the sake of making this a simple beef stroganoff, you can literally just chuck it in and it's just as good. A little pepper, some salt of course. Especially since one of those cans of soup was low sodium, so we're gonna need something in there. And that is it. This is tomorrow's dinner, so I'm just gonna put this in the fridge, and then in the morning, I'll turn it on as soon as I wake up. I like it to cook at least 8 hours on low. I would love it for 10 hours on low. But basically the longer it cooks, the more tender your meat gets. You could do 6 hours on high, but like I said, I just think longer it cooks, the better it is. Tomorrow, I'll actually just, when you wake up, throw it in this bad boy and turn it on low. So, okay, I woke up about 7:15 and turned it on. It's been cooking on low, and I'm just gonna keep it that way for till about 7 o'clock tonight. Now, 2 things I did forget to mention in the ingredients list was W sauce. It just gives it a little extra something. If you don't have it, it's not necessary, but it does add a little something to it. You can throw that in after you've already cooked it, or you can put it in when you go to cook it and turn it on. Also, cream cheese. When this is all said and done, in about 30 minutes before you want to serve it, just put in the cream cheese, and I'll show that when it's time. So it has been cooking since about 7:15 this morning. It is now 7 o'clock at night. What I will do is I'm going to Is it necessary? Probably not, but I'm extra, so this is what I do. I kind of temper it. It's been sitting out all day, so the cream cheese is at room temperature, but I still put it in a bowl and then put a little bit of the sauce in here to kind of like warm it up, and then I pour it all in the pot. By the way, I got my water boiling now. Well, on its way to boiling now, and I'll cook my egg noodles. Egg noodles are not necessary. They're really good with it, but so is rice. So you could easily just make it with rice. Now, this is the brand of egg noodles that I'm using. It says cook it 10 to 12 minutes. I find that's a little long. They tend to get a little, well, mushy and soggy. So 7 minutes is pretty much perfect for this particular brand. But for other brands, if I were you, I would always do it a few minutes short of what it's supposed to be and just test it to see, because you don't want it to be mushy. Okay, now it is the important part. Got my noodles here. I don't like to mix everything with the noodles. I just like to do it bowl for bowl, just because I don't want everything to get soggy. I don't know, I don't like soggy egg noodles. Anyway, now when you eat this or serve this, Texas Pete is really good in this. It just goes perfectly, the acidity, and it gives it a little zing. Tapatio is my personal favorite, but I put that in everything. It looks amazing, and it smells so good in here. All right, let's try it. I don't want to talk in my mouth full. It is so good. It's even better than I remember. Because the meat cooked all day, low and slow, it is so fall apart tender. Absolutely amazing. This is a keeper. This is a winner. Do not sleep on this recipe, you guys. It is so good. It's not gourmet. It is not fancy, but it's so easy. Your friends and family will love it. So will you. Especially in the wintertime. It's a nice, cozy, comforting. I'm going to tear that up. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Try this.